Hello there, this is Tutorials by Filthy Facts. We're going to do the Word 2016. This time it's the Layout tab and the References tab. So we're going to discuss what are the features in that and what can you do with them. So we're going to open Word, blank document. So our page is opened. So now we're going to be discussing the Layout tab and the References tab. So first let's start with the Layout tab. So over here, first thing is page setup. So if you press margins, the last custom setting, so mine was basically 0.5 inches everywhere. That is the same as narrow. You can also put to moderate, which will give you a top and bottom margin of 1 inch and left and right margin of 0.575. Then you also have the wide one, which from the right and left will give you a spacing of 2 inches each, and from the top and bottom will give you 1 inches. Then you also have mirrored, which is basically going to give you top 1 inch, inside 1.25 inch, bottom 1 inch, outside 1 inch. We also have the Office 2003 default, which will give you left and right 1.25 inches and top and bottom 1 inch. So this is the 2003 Office default. I'm going to set it to narrow. I love narrow. That's because it allows you to put more text into one page, and while printing, that is also quite beneficial to the environment, as you can actually, if you have a big document and you're printing it out, narrow borders can actually save pages. So it saves paper. So that is it. And then the orientation, portrait. We're currently at portrait. By default, Word is going to give you portrait. Let's put it to landscape and it'll just look landscape. Go back to portrait. Then the size, now it's going to be by default at letter, and we'll just put that to A4. So that's A4, and then you have executive, statement, legal, which is a bit taller. We're going to set it to letter, that's default. Then columns, it will divide the page into two. For example, I press 2 and I just press some random buttons and go down. As you can see, it diverted me over there. So I keep on pressing enter, and voila. So that is it. Then you have breaks, page breaks. Basically, you can break the column, page, then you have line numbers, restart every page, and all that stuff. So it's quite good if you're writing small questions for example, a small exam or anything like that. We don't want any columns. I forgot to put that back. So we don't want any columns. Then you have the hyphen. If you press automatic or manual. So what is hyphen going to do? When a word runs out of room, Word normally moves it down to the next line. When you turn on hyphen, Word hyphenates it instead. Just like you see in books or magazines, hyphenating helps create more uniform spacing and save space in your document. So basically it's actually as good as the justify feature in the home page. Then we have the indent, which I explained. Just for example, it's gonna move the cursor down there and like that. So it's gonna be like that. Okay, so now let's go to references. So in references, you can insert a table of contents. So basically, just press insert in whatever. It's gonna give you this. You can type out everything, whatever you want, based on whatever um, text you're writing. I'll make a small tutorial about that as well. And then add text. So it's gonna do that. Press Control Z. Okay, then update table. So what it's gonna do is, if you have a table of contents, for example, and you've put the heading and everything about that, and you made some changes about to it, like whatever is your document, and you made some changes to the title and all that stuff, and you press update table, it's gonna make that happen. It's gonna update the table basically according to your need. Then insert footnote. So footnotes, you might have seen after some words there are stuff like there's a one after a word. So if I type, for example, you type about that in the bottom in the footnote area. So basically like that. Press Control Z. Then you can insert an end note, which is basically just after a paragraph. Control C. You can insert the next footnote. And then smart lookup, which is basically learn more about text you select by seeing definitions, images, other results from various online resources. So once I had this thing, I inserted an image into Word and it started describing what that image was. It was kind of horrible, but still it was describing it a bit accurately. So it can help you a lot in that. In Researcher, it lets you help find quotes, citable sources, and images. I'm gonna press Researcher. Looks pretty interesting. So, for example, I type Nelson Mandela, search relevant topics. It's gonna give me biography, all of these. It's based on Bing, I guess. Bing is Microsoft search engine, so it's of course gonna be based on that. Anyways, then you can insert citations, manage sources. So if you have a source, for example, if you organize the sources cited in your documents, you can edit and remove sources, search for new sources, and preview how your citations will appear in your document. Then you have the style. So basically, most people are not going to be using it, so just let's leave this out. And then insert caption. So what it's going to do is label your picture or object. Once you've added a caption, you can reference your object anywhere in your document by inserting a cross-reference. Then insert table of figures. Add a list of captioned objects and their page numbers for quick reference. Then cross-reference. Refer to specific places in your document such as headings, figures, and tables. A cross-reference is a hyperlink where the label is automatically generated. It's great if you want to include the name of the thing you're referencing. So it's a good thing with stuff. And then in the mark entry, so add the selected text to the index. Insert index, add an index listing keywords and the page numbers they appear on. Then mark citation, add the selected text to the table of authorities. Insert table of authorities, add a list of the cases, statutes, and other authorities cited in your document. So basically, about maybe all of these from citations and bibliography, captions, index, and table of authorities. I don't think any people are going to use it that much. But if you are using it, then sorry, but I'm not going to be making a tutorial on that because people are not going to be interested in that. Nobody's going to be using the citations and bibliography, captions, index, and table of authorities that much. So with that, we come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you liked this video. Like it if you liked it, and dislike if you didn't. Subscribe to my channel to receive the full beginner's guide to Word. And see you tomorrow for another tutorial regarding Word 2016, in which we will be discussing the mailings and review tabs. Thank you.